Okay, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, let's do it. Hey guys, it's Gunnar Deathbridge. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, I'm a DIY creator. I take on fun challenges. Sometimes I make dresses out of super weird things or do like famous recreations. Today, I'm gonna be doing something I never do, and that is treating myself.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
I've always wanted a really incredible leather jacket, like a really fitted one. I was just in Las Vegas. I saw one at Saint Laurent that was like $5,000, and I was like, Gunnar, you can make this. So today I'm gonna make one. Thank you to Cricut for sponsoring this video today, for sending me the brand new Maker 3. I'm literally gonna use it to make my jacket today. Now, I'm not gonna make any jacket. I want a really show-stopping jacket. I like a lot of look, no matter what the look is. I happen to love the 70s, and I love these kind of like slim-fitted jackets with these like bell-bottomy pants. That's like very my vibe right now. So today I'm gonna be making myself a very fitted leather jacket, but I'm gonna cover it in stars. Like, I want this like very 70s, like rock and roll chic vibe. There's actually this brand out of London called Fix that has leather jackets. I'm a big fan of them. They don't have the one that I really want. Like, I'm wanting this like dream jacket, so I'm actually going to make it and then probably place an order with them because I'm obsessed with everything that they do. Before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the little notification button. I want you guys to see my videos when they come out. So the first step is to go get my fabric and my supplies. I went to the leather shop. These hides are actually left over from another project. I got them on sale. It's a really nice black, and then I found this incredible like shiny cognac brown leather. I love the play on them together. They feel so 70s to me. So I'm gonna use the black to make the jacket, and I'm also going to use this cognac brown for the stars. And look at this Jaguar print that I found. This is gonna be my lining. So 70s, such a vibe. Let's get to it. So I started off by making my pattern, which is definitely my forte. I love a jacket. Get ready for those pumpkin spice lattes and leather jackets. We're coming for you. So after I made my pattern, I started cutting out my fabric for my actual jacket. Then I could start working on the Cricut. Okay, let's talk about the Cricut Maker because number one, I am obsessed with it. It is like making my life so much easier on this project. It's so easy to use. So the new Maker 3 is like the new, the improved, the next level everything. It is faster, it cuts stronger materials. To me, it's the more professional version of the regular one. And for me, I love to do these kind of like nitty gritty projects with little details. And for this project, I was like, this is so perfect because I want all of my stars on this jacket to be very uniform. And I want them to just like all look as professional as possible. So the Cricut cutting these out was really great. I just went into the Cricut design space and I found the star that I wanted. And I always try to line up in the design space exactly where they go. I want to get the most bang for my buck out of the leather. Leather is very expensive. So when I'm cutting it out on this, I was just like really wanting to make sure that I laid out everything to where the space was utilized perfectly. Once I had my layout of the stars where I wanted them to be, and it was like correct to the mat that I'm going to use the 12x24 mat. I'm going to push weld, which is going to put them all together into one thing. And then I'm going to send it to the Cricut. And that way the Cricut knows that that's one entire sheet that we're going to do. Now, before I actually send my mat into the Cricut, I did cut my leather into the perfect shape. I'm actually going to use the 12x24 mat, the medium grip. I'm going to use my leather shiny side down, just like you would do with the vinyl. It's going to cut the back of it. That way all of the leather doesn't like stick and get stuck to the grip, and you can use it over and over and over without having to like worry about ruining a mat. And then afterwards, all I need to do is slide my mat into the machine, push the little arrow button to enter it in. It's going to like measure the mat out to see how big it is. And then from there, I can just push the little play button, which is actually the cut button on this new Maker 3. And I'm just gonna push the button and then let it do its magic. I will tell you, I was nervous about the machine cutting leather. I've never cut leather before. I laid the shiny side of my leather down on the Cricut mat first. I used like a medium grip. The strong one to me was like, I had it as a backup, but I didn't quite need it. So I laid it on the medium grip and it cut through this leather like butter. Like, I was actually kind of blown away how quickly and how carefully it cut it out. I didn't have to adjust anything. I could literally just peel it off and there were all of my stars like ready to go. I think my Maker 2, which is very quick also, it did it in like half the time. It didn't struggle at all. It like actually did its job really quickly, which I'm a big fan of. I like things that do their job correctly. It can actually cut 300 different materials, which I think is kind of wild. One other thing I will say is that it's actually really easy to use. I am not a tech savvy person. Machines scare me. The fact that I'm able to work on sewing machines and stuff is kind of crazy to me in general, but this was really easy to use. I also think the design space is really simple. Like, it's basically drag and drop and resize, and like it tells you what do you want to cut, draw, engrave. Like, it can literally do anything. I can't wait to try it on something like Worbla plastic or something really intense, because the Maker 3 is just so much more advanced than the Maker 2. Now that I have all my stars cut out, I'm gonna start arranging them on top of the fabric. I really want to space everything out nicely, so I started kind of eyeing it to make sure that everything looked like it flowed, and then I used a little bit of this leather glue to really kind of seal the deal and make sure it was not gonna move, and then I could go through and carefully stitch it down. I'm using a Teflon sewing foot on here because I don't want my leather to slide and it just glides right over it. But stitching down the stars was such a tedious process. It took me like almost 2 full days of stitching just to get the stars stitched down. I wanted to take my time and do a beautiful job. Okay, so I feel like I have been sewing stars all night. I did not think I was gonna use all of the ones that I cut out. I think I cut out like 80 or 90 of them. I used all of them. Like, I actually have to cut 2 or 3 more to put some on the collar. But it's like looking so good. I'm like so excited about the way it came out. After I got the stars down, I could really start assembling the jacket. Every seam that you do, you have to press open with your hands. So no steaming it flat and beautiful this time. We're gonna press it flat and beautiful with these crystals, and then you have to glue the edges of it down to make sure that the seams stay pressed open, which is such a process. I had no idea that it was going to be so difficult. This jacket took me like 3.5 days of working on it to make it in like the way that I wanted to make it. After I glued all of my seams, then I could start working on the zipper to the front. Motorcycle jackets have that like really cool crossover with the zip on it, so I really wanted to make sure that my zipper was going to be like placed correctly. I love the way it's coming out. I also decided to add in these like amazing little epaulets to the shoulders, which are these little like snappy parts. I gave them this little like 70s racing stripe, which I feel like is chef's kiss, so fitting. I also decided to add the pockets with the metal zippers in the front also, because I wanted them to kind of play off of each other, which I think that they definitely do. Good morning. Okay, we're back. This is like day 3 now. I'm going to finish this jacket today. All I have to do is make the lining and then insert it, and then I can wear this jacket for you and for me for the rest of eternity. I wanted the pattern to kind of match up, and I also wanted to create a little like leather yoke for my label on the inside of it, which is very exciting. Seeing your name on the inside of something you make is so rewarding. It's like the best. I have to say, I'm so excited about this jacket. I will literally wear this until the end of time. I feel so cool when I wear it. I'm like one of the cool kids. It just is like everything I've wanted it to be, and I think it's so cool to be at this place where I can actually make the garments that I want, and like, so many years of practice to get to this point, but I'm very thankful I took this challenge on. I love this jacket. I hope you guys love watching this come together. I really loved making this for myself. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit in the process as well. If you guys have any questions or comments, please drop them below. I do try to read through as many as possible. Or if you have ideas for videos going forward, let me know. Bye guys.